So obviously, the Packers have not been up to expectations this year. I'm a Packers fan. This hurts to say, watch, do, whatever you want to say. But I'm doing a hyper realistic rebuild for the Green Bay Packers as they are already a pretty good team. I thought they'd be a good one to experiment the realistic rebuilds on. And we've got a lot of upgrades going around, obviously. They're the only realistic, it's the only way I could really do this. I guess I could have done it another way, but I kind of didn't get everybody's realistic records in, which I could have now that I think about it. So I'm sorry for that. Like I said, it's going to be a process. I only would have gotten up to week 10 as well, so a lot of things have shaked around since then. And what players do we have to negotiate with that we might want to bring back? Adrian Amos, I think he's as good as gone. Elton Jenkins, I'm highly interested in. Robert Tanyan, I think we can do without. Alan Lazard, probably I want to bring back. He'd be kind of realistic. Maybe Randall Cobb on a one-year deal gets brought back. Jaron Reed's fine. Chris Barnes probably just let go. We have Quay Walker now. Devondre Campbell can play a good role for a little bit as well. So a lot of guys that are worth mentioning, but not really, essential. I think we'll start with Josh Nijman here, or Nijman, however you want to say it. 26 years old. I'll have him till he's 29. If he wants to come on for this deal right here, that's good. He kind of solves that right tackle for a little bit. We still definitely could upgrade on him. And then Alan Lazard, been good, and Aaron Rodgers kind of likes him. Been the constant throughout this whole entire process. And Keyshawn Nixon, as of late, has been one of the best returners in the league. It's just awesome to watch him kind of do his thing. And then, yeah, I'm not interested in all these guys. If Randy Cobb wants to get, if Cobby, he calls him Cobby. If Randall Cobb wants to, hop on the Packers bus, then he can. But it doesn't look like he wants to anyways. So I think that we'll just be best off trying to sign Elgton Jenkins. Go for 5 years. He's 26 years old. I'd go with the 6.57 over 5. And he could find a better thing in free agency, and I don't doubt that. But we're just negotiating with these guys at this time, and we'll see what we can do here against the Dolphins. We still have a chance at the playoffs if we can win out against these last three teams. The Dolphins is going to be a tough one to win against, and we don't. We lose 35-13. We're pretty much out of it at this point, if I had to guess, especially with the Bears winning theirs. And in real life, if we lose next game, then we're probably considered done. I don't see us doing that. And then Elgton Jenkins, he didn't want to come back for the deal that he was on. I'll go up to 8 million and 7 million here, and hopefully that'll do it for that. It won't. It sucks trying to sign guys with no interest with your team. It really does. I don't want to negotiate with Alan Lazard before we get the Elgton Jenkins deal done, but we might only have another crack at that. We might have another 2 cracks at the Elgton Jenkins deal, or else we might have to go find a new left guard, which might suck. But Elgton Jenkins has got to be a necessity to this team. I mean, whatever, right? But we'll go ahead and sim against these next two right here. Minnesota probably don't win. We do win 35-10. I was hoping we didn't. I won as the worst draft pick as we can get. Christian Watson seems to be performing well, I guess. Do like his face scan in the game. They actually did it right. Upgrade slot because the CPU definitely won't do that. But yeah, Christian Watson seems to be having a good season, up to 80 overall. And that is just here in this simulation, obviously. And then we're going to give another crack at Elgton Jenkins. And Elgton Jenkins bowed on for, I think, close to $17 million a year. Kind of ridiculous numbers right there. I do not want Mercedes fossil. I don't want that fossil around here. Alan Lazard's young enough to the point where I think we can keep him around for like a wide receiver 3 spot of the future. I do like the role that Romeo Doubs plays, and this one would put us over the cap. So maybe we don't sign Alan Lazard back. Maybe we like the future here with our receivers. Maybe draft one in this realistic draft class. We'll be using the current draft class that, Will Levis, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, all those names will be in the draft along with a bunch of others. Go against this last this matchup right here with the Lions. We'll see, we win that one as well, so we actually end up 8-9. I didn't want to end up 8-9, really. It's kind of whatever though. Elgton Jenkins has an upgrade point after getting signed back. Yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and look at the stats and awards here, and then let's get moving with this rebuild part of things. Aaron Rodgers wasn't so bad. That was just in the simulation. He's been throwing a lot of interceptions recently as well. But yeah, look at these two right here. Probably a dynamic duo of the future. And then Christian Watson went for nearly 1,500 yards in his rookie season. Oh my God, Christian Watson is a beast. Randall Cobb is here as well. Romeo Dobbs on his catches were... Holy crap! He went for 24 per catch? That is crazy. What are they giving him? 17 touchdowns as well for Christian Watson is crazy. Tackles, I don't see Quay Walker in here. Kind of worries me. Okay. But tackles for loss, Dean Lowry at 15, Rashawn Gary with 14. Sack production, pretty good here from everybody. Preston Smith has been playing so good this season, by the way, as well. Wanted to kind of hit on that. He's been very good. Low overall in game, but he's been playing pretty good in real life. Jair actually got elected to the Pro Bowl. In my opinion, he has not been a Pro Bowl caliber corner this year. In all honesty, for the NFC side of things, I think there could have been plenty of people that went before him. And our first look at this class, De'Aaron Payne definitely stands out with as much interest as he has. Not really looking for anybody else right now. Quarterback, we're fine at quarterback. Running back, we're fine. And then wide receiver, things can kind of open up if there's the right fit. Like if a 25-year-old was kind of down here and you might see like a 73 overall, then yeah, but nothing there. And then Bobby Tonyan actually has some interest in coming back. We'll try to re-sign him onto a good old 4-year, $4 million deal. We'll see how that does with him. I think that is a real possibility. We do have the top offer on him. Left tackle, would like to bring in Orlando Brown, but with no interest, I don't think it's worth paying the money. Nothing really there. Postage, I'm not a fan of. Especially, he's not much better than we can get with, I forgot who we have right now. I think it's Josh Myers at center. Dean Lowry, if he wants to come back, that's cool. But I think that we can fix edge one way or the other. It doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, right here, who's this down here? Derek Noddy would actually be pretty fun. But I think someone that could really upset, through here, you have Kenny Clark, we have Devontae Wyatt. It doesn't really make sense to sign a guy like that for all of his money. It's not worth it. If I were to get anyone, it'd probably be Derek Noddy. But if we had... So if Devontae Wyatt actually went out and played the edge where Dean Lowry played, and bring in Derek Noddy, we'd have Derek Noddy, Kenny Clark, and then on the other side we'd have Rashawn Gary. So I actually like the fit with Derek Noddy. I think that he could be solid. He's 27. We'll take him till he's 30 and give him that good deal right there. And hopefully he wants to sign on to the team. I think that, it's not a need. It's not an essential. But if he wants to sign on, go ahead. I'm okay with it. Gerard Davis is here. He's kind of interesting. I like the way that he plays. I probably prefer Sione Taki, but can't quite get my hands on a guy like that. Anthony Walker's here. Don't really need anyone, but we probably will here soon. Devondre Campbell, if I had to guess, is already regressing. No, he's not. So, but yeah, we have Quay Walker and Devondre Campbell up the middle. I didn't quite see who we had at left outside linebacker. My brief look is that's Rashawn Gary, and then Preston Smith on the other end of that. Might need to try to upgrade as soon as possible because, yeah, he is definitely regressing, and I think that we could use another pass rush guy like Preston Smith, but won't be the case. William Jackson with superstar development here. We definitely could use the need at corner for sure. I think Levi Wallace, if he wants to come on for like 1 year, $3 million, 2.5, I think that's a good deal for us right there. If not too many people are interested in him, and then maybe look for a guy of the future. Cameron Sutton, Darius Williams is here. I'm not going to even think about it. Free safety could use an improvement on, I think this is Darnell Savage's spot. 26, 78 overall. Probably could upgrade on him. Strong safety, though. It's fine. Not great. Actually, we do need to upgrade there because we just let go of Adrian Amos, actually. But, yeah, Eric Stokes locked that place down. But no, we'll try to sign Landon Collins on for a 2-year deal. I think with the interest in our team, I think that he can play at least a minimum role for us for kind of just a fill-in time, kind of a bridge guy. And we'll look at our contracts right here. Robert Tonyan, Levi Wallace, Landon Collins, Derek Noddy. All guys I'm interested in, all guys that can help us immediately, and all guys that would kind of fit into our scheme. Levi Wallace is kind of up in the air right now, but we're going to need corner help, that's for sure. So I wouldn't mind spending the money on him, especially if it's just for this year. I have no problems with this. contract, and I have no problems with taking it to the next level. We did sign Derek Nottie and Landon Collins. Didn't get Bobby Tonyan, so go back to the tight end room and see what we can get here. Jawan Johnson would be fun, just not really the type that Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, I don't think that he'd get along with or really care for. I think if we were to get anyone to be like a Jody Fortson, if anything. Looking around, I don't see many. So we did get everyone that we really wanted / needed in our free agent class. It was a good class. Jordan Love's our quarterback. Aaron Rodgers retired. Aaron Rodgers freaking retired. And our receiver room right now is very rough. This has put us in a very, very bad spot team-wise, but a very good spot financially. And we're going to need to do some work right here on this team. Levi Wallace actually was not needed, but Rasul Douglas is aging, so it's something to kind of remember. And then Wyatt is playing right there. And I don't have a problem with Enigbare playing at the left end spot. Even move Preston Smith down, but I don't know. Enigbare left end wouldn't bother me too much. Yeah, these two should be at sub linebacker. I like what we're seeing here. It's not great, but it'll do for now. A slot wide receiver. We're going to need a Samori Toure, like slot receiver type. I'm not sure what we're going to quite do yet. We've got a lot of building to do with Aaron Rodgers not doing that great. So we're going to have to start the NFL draft, and we're going to see what we can do. I'm curious what our pick is, going 8 and 9. It can't be too high up there. It's 16. We're middle of the row. That's fine. We're going to look at the draft board, maybe Michael Mayer, if anybody's on our board. But, I mean, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, C.J. Stroud, Jalen Carter, Peter Skoronski, very solid tackle. Miles Murphy's here. But looking down towards 16, who do we think that we can get? Jackson Smith and Jigba would be super fun. We need one like that. And Michael Mayer, like I said, I think that he should be very fun. Could use a strong safety. Antonio Johnson, probably not my go-to. Dexter, or Gervin Dexter Sr. Tyree Wilson's this far down the board. I don't know. This draft class is kind of iffy. Quentin Johnson's this far down the board. Andre Carter, Catalan. Yeah, no, this draft class isn't the greatest I've seen. Tanner McKee is this far down the board. Stanford guy. Yeah, I don't know. We can probably just go to our spot and see who's there between Jackson Smith and Jigba, Michael Mayer, and a safety or something like that. I think I'd be comfortable doing that. I don't think the Packers are really in. Oh, and Michael Mayer just goes off the board like that. Michael Mayer, good player, goes off right there. Christian Gonzalez actually would be fun, but don't need him. Oh, God, Bijan Robinson's here. That's going to be hard to pass up on. I'm going to have to pass up on him, though. Nobody we want, really, for another 11 picks until Quentin Johnson. Maybe Anthony Richardson is our guy other than Jordan Love. High ceiling guy. Speed is elite. Skills, A, break sack, B. I mean, he's got some very good stats on him. Should be a fun player to kind of look out for, but I don't really see the point of taking him. I mean, he just doesn't really fit in what we're trying to do here. I mean, we could use a tackle. Jalen Duncan, just go boring and go tackle right here. Broderick Jones is also here, but Bijan, it's probably between Bijan, which is, I know sounds crazy, but Bijan and A.J. Dillon could be a lethal whatever, and then when Aaron Jones, he's getting old, so. And then Quentin Johnson, and then Gervin Dexter. I'd probably have to go with like Quentin Johnson, depending on what he ran his 40 time. It's a 4.5. It's not good. Skills, though. I mean, B spec catch, C short route. B catching, A catching traffic. Done deal. We moved down 3 spots for a second and a third next year. Moving Rasul Douglas and Royce Newman. I think it's a good move right there, especially now that we have Levi Wallace at corner. Not going to say he's the long-term guy, but Rasul Douglas was getting old. And with Eric Stokes and Jair still pretty young, and Jair getting paid all that money, Levi Wallace can play the third corner and maybe pick up one late here in the later rounds. But right now, just wasn't in my best interest to pick at this spot. So Tyree Wilson will go off the board. Then we will see Paris Johnson. And then we will see Anthony Richardson actually gets taken there by the Seattle Seahawks. And we will probably go ahead and just take Quentin Johnson. Just probably need him to play big and physical. So we will just go ahead and pick him up. Probably not our best, the best of our ability. We could probably do a little bit better than Quentin Johnson at this point, but just do what we got to do. We will just go ahead and sim to our second round pick and kind of see who's there. I'm trying to think this draft out, but I mean, I hate to take so much time away from like the beginning of the rebuild. You know what I mean? Well, I don't think that this is going to be a surprise right here. Elijah Ricks, physicals, I know he runs a 4.5, it's just not good. But B catching, B press, C zone coverage, and then B man coverage, B press. He looks good. He's got everything we need. I'm okay with taking 88 speed at a developmental corner spot. He can maybe play a little bit later. And then we actually have a pick here in 2 picks. So we're going to take a look around the board and see what we can kind of look at and do. So Tate Ratledge at left tackle is interesting. He's not like top of my board yet. I don't know really where to put him, but I mean, Jack Campbell's here. I don't really know like where to go at this spot right here. Jahmyr Gibbs would be fun. Sam Laporta, probably not my pick. And then this guy right here, Zion Tupuola. I'm not even gonna try. And then Fitua, I don't. Like I said, I shouldn't have tried in the first place to start off with, but I really wish that my scouts were placed a little bit better. We reached down the board a little bit. We got Tate Ratledge here, 6'5", 308, 22-year-old hidden development player. I do like that, and we have a 3rd round pick now. Now Isaiah Foskey down the board. I think North Carolina was a school. Notre Dame, actually, my bad. That's why I know the name. Okay. Looks elite as an athlete. I mean, this guy looks like a beast. We're one of the top fits for him. C tackle, C finesse moves, A block shedding. Definitely something you could definitely work off of, and I think Isaiah Foskey will be my pick here. Does have normal development, that's fine. But we need someone on that defensive line to kind of step up and do their thing. So just go to the 4th round, look for someone and kind of take them. This is kind of the gamble. Whoever looks good, take advantage of an athlete or something like that if they're there. Jordan Tolles, I'm not really, you know, he looked fine, but not great. I mean, you want to look for someone with at least like an A or something like that. Probably not there. C tackle, C power moves, C block shed, and B finesse moves. Who's this guy right here? Bernie Stoudemire, or Stoutmeyer. Skills, got a lot of B's and C's all over the place. I think I'll just take him. Looks solid, I guess, right? I mean, can't be all that bad. And we'll see if we hit the lottery here, looking at the draft recap. I picked a tight end down the board that actually looked pretty solid. But yeah, so we kind of crushed it a little bit at the top. Quentin Johnson's a 76. Elijah Ricks is a 74. Tate Ratledge is a 72. And then Isaiah Foskey was a 73. Good finds there. And then this tight end, actually, Eric All, 85 speed, actually kind of piqued my interest a little bit. And then we got this running back. And then a 71 overall. Whatever. And I want to go look at the rest of the class. I want to go see, you know, how this class is, because I've never seen it before. But Will Anderson, I think, went 1 overall. And 380 overalls, yeah. And Bijan Robinson at the top there, no doubt. CJ Stroud's pretty good. Keely Ringo, Miles Murphy, Jalen Carter. Jordan Addison's a 77. I would have loved Jordan Addison at my spot. Maybe would have traded up for him, be a future guy. Jackson Smith and Jigba was also pretty good. Michael Mayer was really good. Paris Johnson. Then we got Quentin Johnson, actually. And then Jahmyr Gibbs was actually a 76 overall. Could have been fun to use. Joey Porter wasn't all that bad. Brian Branch, Cam Smith, Noah Sewell, all the way down here. I don't know. It seems to me like this draft class is good and bad at the same time. It's got the right players, the right spots, and everything like that. Anthony Richardson was a 75 overall. Tyree Wilson probably needs to go up. Peter Skronsky at number 11. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, Will Levis is a 75 overall. Brian Brzee out of Clemson. Sincere Hamesworth. I was actually looking at him. Actually turns out to be pretty good. Kirkland here as well. But I do want to see where these guys went, like round-wise. Like, look at these round 1 guys right here that are, you know, 20 or 74 overalls. It's not bad. And then a 3rd round running back, Devon Akin. I've never actually heard of this guy. Someone I probably should keep in mind. 97 speed. He's got to be fast. Will McDonald. I mean, 4th round, you get a guy like Luke Whippler. I'm not sure exactly what that is. But look at all these round 1 guys down here. Kind of positions of needs. Tanner McKee. He needs to lower the quarterback ratings, because not all these guys are going to be like starting quarterbacks. in the league, and they're gonna be here. Billingsley. I mean, yeah, it does get pretty deep. I like the draft class. It is very deep with the overalls and exactly how draft classes probably should be. Just guys might have lower potentials than others and whatnot. So I think that's how kind of the future of Madden should work. But this guy did a good job on this one. I guess it'll have to do, right? Anyways. But we'll go ahead and look at the new look team. Obviously, it's going to look completely different than it did last season. Looking at the lineup right here, we'll look at, I'm guessing, yeah, superstar development, Christian Watson. Ratledge will probably have to go play right tackle. I'll just put Ratledge there. Play over Nijman. Probably not my long-term answer there. We'll just go play right tackle and enjoy his time over on that side. And, I mean, Runyon's good. He's not, like, too young. I think he's 27 or 28 now. 26, actually. I was going to say that, but considering it's been the year, I wasn't sure. And then Josh Meyer is definitely someone we can improve upon. And then I'll start Ratledge right away. We're able to snag Jordan Atkins, actually, so there's that. And then, yeah, Quentin Johnston's going to have to come up out of TCU and make some plays. Romeo Dobbs, I really expect to have a role. And then Samori Toure in that wide receiver 4 spot. Obviously, could do a lot better. Sticking with Jordan Love for at least this season. See how he can kind of do. Then defensively, Tyree Wilson, we didn't get him. Isaiah Foskey will play at left end. I don't think he'll rush the passer. I don't even think it's like a question right now. Isaiah Foskey can kind of just play in his role while Preston Smith's still here. And if not, he might move into a Preston role type of slot. And then speaking of the slot, Romeo Dobbs will be rolling the slot. And actually Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon will be there. And yeah, I mean, Elijah Ricks, I forgot. Yeah, we drafted Elijah Ricks, who might, play a role soon. Might be our third corner as Levi Wallace transitions out of the team. Well, Ricks kind of develops, but Isaiah Foskey, Devontae Wyatt, Derek Noddy. I like the way this team looks right now. Obviously, being realistic, we're going to suck because I can't do much else to the team. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of a good first year. Probably could have done a lot better. And it was an okay draft. Probably could have done better. Hello, everybody. Welcome to, well, not an intro. This is just back. Welcome back to the rebuild. I will take a refresher look at the roster for me because you guys just did this, but it's a whole other day for me. So I've got to take a look at the roster again. Jordan Akins at tight end is fine. Jordan Love will rock with for now. I guess these guys are fun. I'm going to put Aaron Jones up there. No reason not to. Christian Watson, who absolutely popped off, and then obviously drafted Quentin Johnston, Ratledge. And defensively, who did we get? I feel like we got someone, yeah. Foskey, Isaiah Foskey, Eli Ricks as well. Elijah Ricks, or is it Eli? I think it's Eli. Elijah. He might go by Eli. I'm not sure why I call him Eli. It just kind of felt like right. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Team should be pretty bad, but we'll see what they can do here in year número dos. And, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not expecting the world out of them. Well, maybe I should start expecting a little bit more of the world from these guys. They are 4-3. I don't find it, like, super surprising, honestly. Like, I think that there probably will be a second half, whatever. We won't be able to carry on, like, on such a good record. Maybe have beaten some bad teams. We lost to the good ones, whatever it might be. But I'm going to see what sort of morale they're playing up to now. Just Jordan Love is up to another one. Ratledge actually has superstar development. Very interesting. Quentin Johnston. Is it Quentin or Quinnen? I forgot what it is. It was Quentin Johnston. So I was calling him Johnson, and it's Quentin Johnston. I remember I was saying something wrong about his name. So cool to see. I didn't quite check Elijah Ricks, but I'm not sure if it's completely revealed yet. His dev trait, and he's not really playing. Wow, Jordan Love throwing for 6th in the league in passing yards and touchdowns. A lot of interceptions on him too, but Aaron Jones doing well in his role receiving wise. Quentin Johnston really getting things done over the air. Christian Watson as well doing his thing, but Quentin Johnston seemed to be the right pick, and Romeo Dobbs also showing up. Jordan Akins not having all that great of a season really, and then Samori Toure, look at him. Doing pretty well in his role. Obviously, Josiah DeGuara also, AJ Dillon. Good stuff. I didn't even care to check the rest. Oh my god, what am I doing? Defensively, Devondre Campbell, Quay Walker, obviously this thing should be. Landon Collins getting quite involved, but Rashawn Gary getting all those tackles for loss. No sack numbers, really. Preston Smith. I want to see Foskey. Is Foskey doing anything? I don't think Foskey is doing much of anything. Has 1 sack. I'm not sure really if he's playing anywhere too special right now. But Derek Nottie, when he plays, he's doing fine. Not great, but Devontae Wyatt maybe he should play a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, the team looks good right now. I think we'll just try to close out the season the best we can. And I guess try to, finish strong best we can. Maybe make the playoffs, see what sort of Jordan Love numbers put up. We actually do finish number 1 in our division. We went 11-6, and I'm going to go ahead and look at the stats and awards right now. Jordan Love, 16th in the NFL. So, yeah, it kind of had a second half collapse through only 4 interceptions, though, so kept care of the ball a little bit better. Aaron Jones really carried us on the defensive or offensive side of thing in the run game. And Quentin Johnston went over 1,000 in his rookie season, 10 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Good. Romeo Doubs almost there at 1,000. Christian Watson getting it done for the 2nd year in a row. Not quite the role that he played, but Romeo Doubs, I think that's something to highlight right here. Is just all 3 of these guys right here. Think they can develop together and kind of, do their thing, through the years, because considering it's going to be a realistic rebuild, I don't think that, if a situation comes up where we can replace maybe Romeo Doubs, and I'm down for it. That's fine with me. Quentin Johnston, I think he had 2 upgrade points there. So he's developing quite nicely. All things considered, Tate Ratledge has a new ability slot. But let's see what we can do here, what sort of damage we can do in the playoffs. Obviously, an 11-6 team, for as bad as we are, is phenomenal. I'm super happy we are where we are. And then we're against a super, super, super good San Francisco team. I'm not sure if it'll matter, though. We are 11-6. We have a better record than them. Doesn't mean much, especially in the playoffs. And, yeah, just like that, we lose. We did our best, honestly. I'm proud of the team and how we kind of did whatever we needed to do. And I didn't remember to check contracts at the midseason mark. I have a habit of doing that. It's silly. It's really bad. And the Eagles win the Super Bowl 42-31 over the Bengals. That is interesting. And then Quentin Johnston will be up to an 80 overall right there. Curious about depth trait moves or anything like that, if anything has happened. I don't care right now. I'm just trying to re-sign my players. So I actually just signed Jordan Love back, but Rashawn Gary is probably going to be the biggest one here. Probably need to pay him all the money, even though despite the high interest, he should get it done right here. $14 million salary. So we just spent a chunk of money on him. John Runyon doesn't want back. Levi Wallace wants back, 79 overall. Just got superstar development. If he wants to stay here for another year, I'll keep this deal like this. And if he wants to stay, he can. But obviously he doesn't want to. Pat O'Donnell's out of here. AJ Dillon would want to retain him, but re-sign interest isn't there. And then Darnell Savage was getting paid a lot before now, but now I think that this deal should do it, honestly. And Darnell Savage is back kind of as a cheap free safety. John Runyon, like I said, doesn't want to come back. So something we might need to look at is tight end, offensive line, and then backup running back once again. And maybe someone that can step in the future and get it done. But free agent-wise, I think that we can kind of, see who's there and kind of go off of that because ended up, like I said, signing back Jordan Love. But if Jalen Hurts is here, we have money to bring him in. I just don't think that's what I want to do. I don't think I want to spend all of my money on Jalen Hurts. I don't see the point in doing it. Maybe Tua for... no, it's not a lot less money. Okay, well, I don't think that's in the question. I think Cam Akers could come in and kind of be the guy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is here. So I think to me it's between Cam Akers and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And here will be my offers. Ed Oliver, kind of if we get him, that's awesome sort of deal. Cam Akers and Jonah Jackson to go play right guard in place of John Runyon. Brandon Jones to play our strong safety, and AJ Epinesa to kind of solve one of our edge spots. He's not really going to be a bona fide edge player, but he should get, a little bit done off the edge, should get some production, some playtime and whatnot. And Jonah Jackson's the only one left here. And then my signings, we brought on Cam Akers, Brandon Jones, and AJ Epinesa, but still have Jonah Jackson, who I desperately want and need. So I think I'd be fine with like this contract right here. I know that's a lot to spend on him. 27 years old, Jonah Jackson at left guard. I just think that he'd be the long-term answer there. And then probably want to try and solve our tight end spot with Adam Troutman right here. I want to sign him on to like a maybe a 2-year, 2 mil, 3. I think that that's a fair deal for a guy like him. And I guess I could keep looking around. I don't think that there's anything else I can really do, though. So yeah, right here, Adam Troutman, Javon Kinlaw I found as well to play backup over, I forgot who's playing there, Derek Nottie, who we signed to like a 2-year or however many deal we did. Jonah Jackson, Adam Troutman. I think I accidentally just did that. Okay. My signings, we brought in Jonah Jackson, Javon Kinlaw, and Adam Troutman now. So I think that'll be it for our free agent class this season, and move on to the draft now. So we look pretty good. I think that we can start the draft. I think we have a late first-round pick, so nothing like too special. 21st or 26th overall pick. I'll look at the draft board. Probably just go to my pick. I don't really want to trade up considering on how much we did last time, but oh my goodness, there are some studs at the top of the board. Rashad Clay here looks great, but J.D. Weston, all A's across the board. The only thing that would make him better is if he was an athlete, and he's not. But skills, I mean, look at this guy right here. C, play action, but C, throw on the run, A, under pressure, A, and then, I mean, B, break sack. This guy looks like a stud and a half here. Cliff Whitman as well looks pretty good. Some of these guys look better than others. Michael Scott, he's running Dunder Mifflin right now, actually. Brad Adams looks very good right here. Happy to see that. Skills, though, B, pass block, B, run block, B, impact, and could be very bad. He could be very deceiving, actually, with all of those ranges B to D. That could be very scary picking out of that one right there. Just looking, you know, in case there's anybody like I can get for, you know, low price. So there is a center at number 31. The thing is, we pick at number 26. So the center at 31 right here, Kevin White. He looks good. He has a few flaws and everything like that, but you're gonna find that at the back of the first round. And then the next guy, I mean, I might even consider drafting is Mike Dino Pauly. Is not that great, honestly. All things considered, could be a little bit better than the other guy. So I think I'll just sim to my pick, and then whoever's there out of those two, maybe go ahead and pick him up. I'm not sure. I'll see. This guy's actually here right now, Emmett Pierman. I'm not sure how much of a freaking athlete he is, but he's not that great of an athlete. He's solid, right? But C, pursuit, B, tackle, C, zone coverage, A, awareness. Could help me out at strong safety, considering we have Brandon Jones there right now. But, I mean, I'd much rather prioritize center. So it's between that guy and this guy right here. Juwan Ellis, probably not in the conversation. This guy can also be pretty good right here. B press, C man coverage. I mean, his zone's probably a little bit worse than a C, so you probably don't like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably between this guy right here, Emmett Pierman. I think that he can really help us out, except we have Brandon Jones, so that's the only issue that's really holding me back from drafting a strong safety right now, because by the time like Brandon Jones is done on our team, you know, and whatnot, and then we desperately need a center. And Kevin White right here, what's his strength look like? His strength's great. Skills, I mean, the other guys' ranges, I mean, I'm just gonna pull the trigger. Kevin White probably is the wrong decision. Probably would have been more safe to go with the other guy, but whatever. And I skipped to my pick here in the second round. Didn't see anybody that really you know, impressed me or anything like that. Howie Quincy's here. His accuracies could use some work for sure. Might see a couple of interceptions out of him if we were to draft him. D, throw on the run, A, under pressure. Just not my type of quarterback for sure. Definitely could find someone else that I would much rather draft probably. And yeah, Dominic Bush right here. This is the guy I was looking at. He actually has C and B's, but he has to be he's a great athlete. Dominic Bush, he has no business going this late. B catching, what's his tackle? Do we know what his tackle is? B to D. I'll take the gamble on the kid. Dominic Bush, I guess, can come play corner for us, like corner number 4 with Elijah Ricks playing for us as well. And we'll just go to the 3rd round and see who's there. Maybe a quarterback we can worth gambling on. Colby Randolph just goes. Maybe a tight end. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Tyrone Harmon's here. I'm not sure if he'll quite be like a tight end number 1 here. He's the fastest tight end in the class. Skills B, A, deep route is good. I just want to know what it was. Spec catch is C. A, run blocking. Catching could be bad and beat it. Okay. Very, very big gamble on a guy like Tyrone Harmon, who's a straight athlete, but not that great, all things considered. But Jeremy Tolliver, we just don't need a guy like that. For anything, we're going to need outside linebackers who can play ball, which is going to be hard to find, actually, considering we need like pass rushing linebackers, and I don't think that we're going to find too many this far down the board. This guy looks good. Catching is A to C. Catching traffic's an A. 4.77's, you probably want a little bit better. A catching, A pass block, B short route, B break tackle. This guy doesn't check a whole lot of boxes, but he checks a bit of them. I'll draft David Archer. Take the chance on him. 80 speed, probably could use a little bit better than that. I'll just keep gambling on tight ends here in the 3rd round before anything really happens. And our next pick isn't too far off here. Reggie Sherwood just goes out of App State there. And this guy right here, not my guy. You can't play defensive tackle and have D block shed for me. It's just not. It's kind of a turnoff, you know? Antoine Scott's here. He looks good. C block shed, B power moves definitely, or finesse moves. Something to definitely work off of right there. Maybe slide him back to outside linebacker. How much of an athlete is he? He's 6'2", 257. It's not light, that's for sure. He's a very good athlete. Skills all around, C finesse move. This guy could be the next Kingsley Enagbare here. Hit power could use some work if he's going to play in that outside linebacker spot. But I like Antoine Scott here. Looks good for the spot. And I can't ignore this right here. Tyrone Harmon is still here. Have a chance to draft him. He's one hell of an athlete. I'm going to take him here in the 4th round. We were debating on him early in the 3rd. So I think that we'll just go ahead and, take him here. And I'll do one more pick. This guy right here looks good. C block shed, C finesse moves, A to C power moves, C tackling. Good athlete, honestly. A to C power moves is, like I said, good. A impact block, C injury hit power could use some work. I like him. It's not bad. We'll just bring him on and then let the CPU cover the rest. And reveal time. What do we got here? 72 overall center. Probably could use someone better. Dominic Bush was good down the board. And yeah, these tight ends were horrible. Not a good draft class whatsoever. Anton Scott, I thought might be somewhat good. David Archer's good. He's better than his stupid tight end was, Tyrone Harmon. Duron is not the right name. First 2 picks, fine. Not great, but fine. Do have ourselves a new center. Dominic Bush can play a little bit of some corner for us. He's a zone archetype, so maybe some slot. David Archer can come in and play, tight end number 2 right away. And then we got Trent Durant here. Interesting. And we are on day 3 of this realistic rebuild. And I mean, the team right now, it's not looking horrible, but it's not looking great. Troutman, obviously Archer's going to come in and play the tight end 2 spot. Christian Watson, doing pretty good. This whole receiving group is doing pretty good. I'm not sure if Jordan Love's our guy, but he's going to have to be at least for this next season, and then we'll see what we can do this offseason. At Enagbare, I'm going to start over Preston Smith right here, but Preston Smith is not rushing the passer. It'll actually be Isaiah Foskey. With Enagbare, I actually like Kingsley Enagbare out of South Carolina. He's a rookie this year, and I mean, he's got 79 power moves, 75 block shedding, so better than most of the guys like in this game at his overall. I think he's like a true 71 overall outside linebacker, so yeah, he's not bad. I like the group that we have. I put Elijah Ricks here on the other edge, or other boundary, and then Eric Stokes will kind of be our 3rd corner. Romeo Dobbs here will play the slot, and then I actually put Bush at slot corner, and I actually moved him up to safety here, and he might might overcome Darnell Savage's differences, if you might, or if you will, or might have to play strong safety in the long run. I'm not sure. We'll see here what this team can do This season, Derek Nottie doesn't no need for him to be on the team, but I guess we can kind of keep him around. Uh, I don't know. The thing with realistic rebuilds is like there's a bunch of guys like Devontae Wyatt or Derek Nottie with trade value now that we can get rid of. Preston Smith as well. Darnell Savage or Landon Collins, Jones, Stokes, even if I wanted to trade him away, because I mean, I definitely could. But it's just these sort of things that you can trade like these guys away and they'd be gone for good and whatnot. But they gave me the option to put Epinesa as an interior guy, like a rush defensive tackle. It's like, I don't want that. I'd rather have him off the edge or anything. But Isaiah Foskey, I want to see what he can do. Guy should be pretty good out of Notre Dame. 80 power moves is very, very solid with 79 block shedding. So I'm very interested to see what sort of production he can give in his first year kind of in that role. And I guess all we can really do now is simulate. So we actually end up going 3-3 to start the season. We are leading the division, a very, very bad division right now. We are not that great. Sam Martin, not going to say that. Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, Kenny Clark, probably want to bring back on a pretty significant deal here. I'll take him until he's an elderly man at 33 years old, and he will sign back. It's not even that much money. Eric Stokes has interest in the team, which is what I'm interested in. And Landon Collins or Brandon Jones will be gone this offseason as well. I'm not going to sign him back. And then the only other guy I want to like maybe sign back is Josh Myers. Eric Stokes, though, will make his way back here. I can almost guarantee it. For probably the rest of his, all right career, he can play our corner 3 while Elijah Ricks continues to develop. Let Brandon Jones walk. Let the rookie that we the rookie that we got, on over. And, I mean, I would like to make a trade here before the deadline. I think that that's kind of fair. See teams do this all the time. It's not unrealistic as long as it's a generally low, quiet trade. Done deal. We give Zach Tom, Derek Nottie, and Josh Myers. They had green interest in all of them. We have Kevin White to back up Josh Myers at center, and he's up for an extension anyways. Derek Nottie doesn't play a role on the team, had green interest. Zach Tom doesn't play a role on the team, had green interest. Trade all 3 of them across for a 23rd or 23 projected right now. So I like that pick a lot. But the only thing I'd consider upgrading on right now is a tight end. I really want a tight end. We need a tight end. Done deal. We acquire Calvin Austin as a wide receiver. What was it? A wide receiver 4, I think. And then Billingsley. And then I got to go sign a corner because we only have 4 on roster. I want at least like 2 more. And then we actually got Billingsley, who will actually come in and be the #1 rated tight end on the team. And he can continue to develop here. I'm going to make sure none of these guys need contracts while we are at the midseason mark, like Billingsley or Calvin Austin. And I'm almost 100% sure they don't. So, yeah, we are good on those terms right there. Aaron Jones, I don't really want him back. He's going to be 30. He's a great running back, don't get me wrong, but we'll probably need a new one here anyways. But I just got to go pick up some free agents, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Never mind, I could not leave you guys out of the stats. There's no way. Jordan Love, not really a caliber for being that guy right now. I'll tell you that much. We'll see how it closes out the season, but Aaron Jones, he is getting a little bit older than you can tell in his running. He's gone down nearly half a yard per carry. Quentin Johnson still doing his thing. Romeo Dobbs doing his, and Christian Watson might end up the season pretty well. Jaleel Billingsley will be playing in Adam Trautman's shoes for the last half of the season, so I do like that. Quay Walker hopefully goes up a development trait if we can keep him getting more tackles. Holy, I cannot talk. Isaiah Foskey has 6 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. Breakout season for him already happening. We'll see how he closes it off, but I mean, if that's the sort of thing he could do in one half of a season in 6 games, really, with 11 more to go, I think that that's a good tell. And we finished the season off 9-8. Not great. I don't think we made the playoffs. I think that's pretty safe to say. Yeah, you probably want to be a little bit better than we were. We were actually on the hot track. I just stopped the simulation. We were actually going 6-3, and since then, obviously, fell off of the tracks a little bit. And yeah, I'm just not sure if Jordan Love's kind of our guy, even though actually he just put up some of the great numbers with 16 interceptions, though. Obviously don't like to see that, but 4,800 yards and 43 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. If he can clean up those interceptions, maybe give him 1 more year, but I wouldn't hesitate if the opportunity presents itself this offseason. And Maybe run a 2 running back system. Maybe get a receiving back in free agency or something like that. Quentin Johnson went for 1,200 yards. Romeo Dobbs at 1,100. Christian Watson at 1,100 as well. Julio Billingsley held off or went to the last half of the season pretty well, getting close to 400 more yards. And Calvin Austin actually played a little bit of a role when he played. David Archer played a little bit too. Do like to see that. Eric All got his. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be super curious to see how this defense did. And Quay Walker did lead our team in tackles. That's exactly what we were looking for him to do. And 14 tackles for loss and then 13 for Isaiah Foskey. Foskey's got to start for us with 9 sacks. Is pretty good, but 13 tackles for loss, he seems to be doing just fine. Rashawn Gary's sack numbers are way down, with Kenny Clark's way up. So, I do like to see all this right here. AJ Epinesa was fine, not great. Brandon Jones even. Javon Kinlaw probably needs to be a little bit better, honestly. And then look at this. Devondre Campbell had 3. Dominic Bush found himself the ball quite a few. Elijah Ricks had 2. Quay Walker 1, 1, and 1. And forced fumbles. What do we got? What do we got? 3 all season long? Yeah, okay. We will look at players that are negotiating for Sam Martin. Aaron Jones is a no. Bakhtiari, no. Brandon Jones, no. Rashad Fenton, no, no. No, all the rest of these guys can go. All right, I'm not a fan of any of those guys and like bringing them back. One, they're either too old or two, they're just not good enough, and we've got better players to play in behind them and maybe see our young wave of talent come up. Jordan Love doesn't even go up in overall at all, or any depth traits or anything like that. Just stays at a 70 overall with +3 morale. Probably going to try to replace him the best we can. Quentin Johnson still playing there. The centers, Kevin White is up to a 75 overall. Billingsley up to a 76 true overall. Do like that. These guys right here look good. Isaiah Foskey did go up depth trait. Do like to see that and might see him actually produce a little bit more here in year number 2 as like a true starter off the edge. And then Devondre Campbell looks the same. I mean, 87 overall. He's staying with us. I think he is like 32 now, though. 31 maybe. Yeah, he is 32. Very old dude. 85 speed, 93 tackle. He's an absolute stud, all right? Do not count out Devondre Campbell, Quay Walker. We got 2 of the best linebackers, or a good linebacker room. I wouldn't say 2 of the best, but I think we're ready to see what we can get here in free agency. Good stuff here. This free agent class is good. It'll help us out quite a bit, actually. So I'm looking at the quarterback class that we have fully scouted, and it is not good. It is not good at all. Only guy I'd consider here is Carson Quick. We're going to try to skip up to the pick that where, you know, the safety would maybe go up to like number 10 or so, 10 or 11, depending on if I know the team's strong safety or not, and or strong safety situation. Because he's supposed to go at 17, but a lot of guys can go 10 picks earlier, even 20. I think I'll go to number 11 here. And then Texans strong safety, probably not the best. So I will go ahead and try to trade up right here. It shouldn't be too bad to pick, go 7 picks. I mean, yeah, I probably think I'd rather go right now. And done deal. Darnell Savage will get out of there. Bush will come in and take his spot. He's not much worse. And we'll just move up 7 spots. I think I like that trade a lot right there. That was some pretty good dealing for me, if I may pat myself on the back. Take a little bow there real quick, and we will go ahead and take our safety of the future. Did I miss him? Because he went off the board. Right? He's not here. Oh, right here. I missed him. This guy right here, Dante Justice. Physicals, looks fine. Speed's solid. Not great, but solid. Agility's fine. Doesn't really quite make up for all of it. But even if he is bad, I don't really care. Considering we just need a strong safety, and he'll do that for us. And then we'll just go to number 20 right here. I can't even remember what got us this first round pick, and we'll try to make our selection. I'm just curious who's gonna be here, because I think I had an eye on the corner, on a corner actually, and you know, I want to make sure, you know, Nick Miller is here. He's around 2 to 3 talent, not my guy probably. Yeah, J.J. Hill. C catching, C zone or C man coverage, and then B zone coverage and B press. Physicals are great. First, he's the fastest corner. B pressing. I mean, he looks good. Just it's best player available at this point. I'm not gonna quite draft him. I'm gonna look around, but it'll probably be him. Hold on, hold your horses. This guy looks pretty good right here. A power moves, A play rec, A tackle, B finesse moves, A to C block shedding. could be quite the guy. I think he's in a power rusher archetype, so that's good. Um, I think we'll go with him. He's just more in a position of need, and if he can develop behind Michael Pierce for a year, I think that that'll work better in the long run, and I think that's a little bit more of the realistic pick. And we'll go to number 218 and look for a guy. Oh, God. And look for a guy. Drafted Tim Jenkins, a running back, and then we'll sim to the end and check overalls. And a little moment of truth here. 73 and a 74 overall. That's fine. Tim Jenkins was horrible, and then the CPU didn't do us any favors. But yeah, Dante Justice, 73 overall to come play. Starting strong safety for us isn't bad. He should play better than his overall anyways. And then Brett Bishop to kind of develop under Michael Pierce and Kenny Clark for a couple of years. Should be fun to watch as well. And at the deadline, we might make a stride for an outside linebacker if we really need it. Because if you look at the roster here, and we have Enegbare playing, starting left outside linebacker probably will be the go-to. But yeah, the offense looks fine. Davis Mills will start over Jordan Love. And I will put Quentin Johnston right there. Kadarius Toney at wide receiver 3, and Romeo Doubs will play the slot, I guess, would be the go-to. Quentin Johnston playing the slot should be fun, actually. I'm gonna do that. And then Foskey right end here, this one, and then Michael Pierce, and Epinesa is still higher overall than the guy that we got, but Enegbare here at right outside linebacker, my bad. We'll start at right outside linebacker. I think that he'd probably just be a little bit better. I want to move Eli Ricks up past Eric Stokes. Epinesa will play there. This guy will come in and try to play his best role. Devontae Wyatt really hasn't played a role his whole time here. Quay Walker, I really want to put in the sub linebacker 1 spot and get him like 140 tackles or something so he can go up to superstar. Then our defensive line looks pretty good. Isaiah Foskey still developing quite nice. And in the slot, we'll have Quentin Johnston, and he'll be in the wide receiver 2 spot as well, with Kadarius Toney at 3, and Dobbs as a 4th, kind of finally getting worked out of the system. Which is kind of a bummer. I really like Romeo Dobbs, and we didn't really need to sign Kadarius Toney, but ended up doing it anyways. And Christian Watson's surely coming along, slowly but surely. But that'll be it for today. All right, well, this is the team. You guys might have just seen, I can't remember. It's been a little bit, actually, since I have recorded. I've got to make sure to set everybody to the right spots. Quinn Johnson, I'll allow him to take the number 1 spot along with the slot role. I think that can really make or break a good season. And Isaiah Foskey obviously went up to star development. We're going to see what sort of stuff he can do during the season. I want to put Quay Walker in the sub linebacker number 1 spot. Michael Pierce can, work with Kenny Clark in the interior. Rashawn Gary, and Foskey obviously off the edges. And Eli Ricks will be playing at the whatever. And then offensively, we're going to have the 2-back system with Cam Akers and Michael Carter. We'll just move Michael Carter into the 3rd down back and make sure that Cam Akers is starting, if you guys were curious how to do a dual back system. So when, I can't remember the exact formation, but you can have Michael Carter basically when he's on the side, like inside zones. Michael Carter will be on the field, and for like 3rd down, like passes where the running back runs out of the backfield to run a route, or when it's a straight behind the quarterback or super close inside zones, you'll see Cam Akers. So it gives you that dual back sort of the play, I guess, in it. And then Romeo Doubs, he's kind of our 4th receiver, which sucks. I mean, I really wanted to get him involved, but when I saw Kadarius Toney, it was almost too perfect, and he'll be kind of playing in the spot where I think he'll kind of thrive a little bit better than Romeo Doubs. So did not like that. Kevin White at our center probably could upgrade there, but talk about upgrades. We're going to need to upgrade this quarterback room. We went with Jordan Love for the first 2 or 3 years of this rebuild. Now we're with Davis Mills trying to kind of take the play over the top with his accuracies. And defensively, you guys have already seen it. Bush starting at free safety, I think, for the first year. And we drafted this guy right here, strong safety. That's right. I was like, what happened? But yeah, I remember we drafted this guy right here. He'll play better than his rating and should be decent, but I expect him to only get better. And then replace Bakhtiari at left tackle. Kind of took a hit on the offensive line, which is okay in my opinion. It doesn't really matter all that much in simulation, like all things considered. Bakhtiari to Tyler Smith is a big deal, but it's not too big a deal in simulation. We just oh god, and we do start off 4-3, and I started off with a stroke there. Davis Mills coming in and doing exactly what we needed him to do. Nearly 300 yards on 24 completions, only 8 incompletions. Did I say 24 incompletions? I mean 24 completions, only 8 incompletions. Nearly 300 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. And he did it 2 weeks in a row. Last week had 6 touchdowns, 386 yards. Anything else? Didn't look like it. But yeah, a 2-week streak. Davis Mills has been hot. Wouldn't be surprised to see a breakout quarterback. We don't have that. But players ready to negotiate. I do want to take a good look at $100 million. And we have Christian Watson to deal with. Michael Pierce, Quay Walker, AJ Epinesa walk. Romeo Doubs can walk. Adam Troutman might sign back to a 1-year deal. Calvin Austin I want. Devontae Wyatt can walk. Davis Mills we'll see on. And Igbare we'll see. A lot of kind of guys that will be in the middle of the pack. How much does Christian Watson want? That's the thing. Yeah, I'm fine overpaying like hell on this. I'll give him 5.5 and 3. And he should sign back and be back for a long-term deal. Kind of as our, not franchise receiver, we have Quentin Johnson right now in that role. And I'm assuming with Davis Mills and how well he's been doing, we're seeing good numbers from our receivers in these last couple of weeks. And Davis Mills is lighting the league on fire with touchdowns with that at 19, and then only having 2 interceptions is crazy. We'll look at this dual back system right here. Close in carries, but Cam Akers is significantly better on his. And we're barely running the ball, averaging just over 60 per game. Receiving-wise, Quentin Johnson is putting up good numbers. Kadarius Toney after the catch, probably doing, a little bit, worse than I thought. Christian Watson doing his thing, and Billingsley will start to come in and kind of play his role. Quay Walker, 53 in the first half of the year is not bad. Assisted, not bad. Tackles for loss, Isaiah Foskey keeps doing his thing with 8 tackles for loss. Isaiah Foskey's really been an underrated player on this team so far, this whole entire rebuild. And I got everybody else that I wanted back. Romeo Doubs will walk. Will be Calvin Austin, Quay Walker, Christian Watson, and Adam Troutman. And do we want to long-term invest in Davis Mills? Right now, based off of his performances, I'd say he's doing pretty good, but with no interest. I think I'll give him one offer, and that'll kind of decide whether or not he stays. I'll give him 7.5 over 5.5. Or I guess, nearly $13 million a year for 4 years, and we'll see if he comes back for that. And if he doesn't, I'm sorry. Then I'm not sure if he's our guy. But at week 11 or at week 12, where we are right now, we are 5-6, and we'll see if we can compete for number 1 in our division, yet another playoff spot along with that right there. So let's see what we can do by the playoffs. By the playoff time, well, okay, whatever. And we actually kind of fall off the second half of the season. We go 7-10, miss the playoffs, I think, for the second year straight. So not a good look here. We will go ahead and look at the end of season stats and see how Davis Mills and the rest of the team closed off the season. Davis Mills, not a step down or anything like that. 36 touchdowns and 14 interceptions is a massive difference, though. 4,800 yards. Could see better. Cam Akers wasn't even that great. Michael Carter was okay. Receiving-wise, Quentin Johnson put up 1,500 yards. Yeah, something tells me he was going to do that. Billingsley had 700. Romeo Doubs had 200, almost as much as Michael Carter did. Did well in his role when he played. Adam Troutman, I guess, didn't really need to be re-signed, but did anyways. But Quentin Johnson kind of carrying the team right now on his back. 11 touchdowns, led the team along with 1,500 yards. Also led the team. Defensively, though, Quay Walker, 142. Hopefully that is superstar development. Hopefully. Tackles for loss. Isaiah Foskey went off and had 21. Led the team off of the edge. You don't normally see that. Sacks, 12.5. Kenny Clark with 8. And a little step down, Isaiah Foskey at 6.5. Hopefully could see his production go up in sack numbers, but I'm already so happy that he's getting 21 tackles for losses here in year number 2 or 3 off the edge. I can't quite remember. But we'll go to offseason, reevaluate the contracts, and see you in free agency. All right, so I did all this. Got Cameron Thomas, Nakobe Dean, and Fedarian Mathis. I can't remember who else I put even an offer on. Trying to think. It was Kirby Joseph. I remember. It was Kirby Joseph that we didn't quite get signed. Is he still out there, though? I would assume not. Can we go to available, please? Yeah, no, nothing here. So I'm fine with where we stand, I guess. I'll do one last little look around, and if I can find anything, cool. But if not, no worries. And so we pick at number 7, which isn't a bad place to pick, but I do want to evaluate the board because we really need to take some studs here if we're actually going to do well. And back at it again with these quarterbacks that aren't so good. Can we get a good look at most of them or just some of them? Potential UDFA is horrible, horrible, and horrible. So, yeah, that's unlucky, but probably won't be a quarterback in this class right here. Timmy Klein could be fun. Just looking at the board here, no one really like strikes interest. I think the best thing I can do is honestly make a big trade or just take a shot on one of these quarterbacks if I trade up because there's no way I can get them at number 7. So just in a bad spot on the draft board, no one that I really particularly like and or that is scouted well at all. So, yeah, that's kind of where I stand with things right now. I think I'll go ahead and I'd rather make like a huge trade right here. I'm not going to say like huge, like I'm going to anticipate it to be huge, but if I were to make a trade with the number 7 overall pick, I'd assume it to be pretty blockbuster. Little side trade on my own time, Michael Carter, a 4th round, and the 3rd string tight end goes for Brevin Jordan to kind of replace that tight end, and we get Jahmyr Gibbs, who should be a total stud out of Alabama, by the way. Kind of has that next gear. I think that I'd much rather start him over Cam Akers, so I'm sorry, Cam Akers, but he's probably on the trade block. Done deal. Number 7 and Cam Akers goes to the Jets. We get Jalen Petrie to go at our strong safety spot, and then a next year first and a this year's second that we will probably do a little bit more dealing with. I know this is not getting unrealistic, but we're just a little trade active more than like usual. And the Cowboys wanted a lot for Sam Williams, and I was willing to give. He won't really play a significant role for us, but he'll play a role for sure. Just someone that we could use, and we still got our first picks. Left end, Isaiah Foskey, these two, and then Brett Bishop that's still kind of developing at the defensive tackle spot. Then Sam Williams, and then Rashawn Gary. Cam Thomas will go play right outside linebacker, middle linebacker. We have these three. Nakobe Dean we're still trying to develop. And eventually it'll be Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean after we just signed Quay Walker onto a long-term contract. And then probably need a 4th corner. Free safeties up for grabs, really, if that guy can't develop. And then quarterback is a huge need of ours right now. Running back, we just acquired Jahmyr Gibbs. If you guys can't remember, Kadarius Toney, Quentin Johnson, Christian Watson, Calvin Austin. Whoa, those all kind of rhyme. Okay, this shakes things up a lot. Chester Matthews is a top 5 projected guy. Round 1 to 2 talent. He falls just to us at number 18. This is unheard of. And seeing this guy, 6 foot, a little undersized. Speed isn't great. Throw power is good. Skills all around doesn't look like the best guy, but I think we have to take him here. So we will. Kevin Meadows was here. He looked good for the spot. Outside linebacker, kind of a run stopper. Probably won't play a role, but hidden development is always a good sign, especially down the board in the 5th frickin' round. I'd say that was a good hit right there. And I think that we have a 6th and a 7th that we are yet to choose with. So the CPU can try to hit on those, and we'll see the overalls. And it's not great. Chester Matthews has 73. Is a 73 overall. Donaldson is a 72. I'd say that's a great pick right there. Kevin Meadows was a 68, good for the spot. And then Keyshawn Love was great for the spot as well, 6th round. And then, yeah, it did not hit on TJ Lawton. Just not your guy. Incredible speed, though. Oh, my God. But not quite the guy. And this linebacker right here was not that great. His numbers or his stats here are a little bit better than his overall. I think it's things like awareness and play rec and maybe zone coverage kind of holding it down. But other than that, it doesn't look horrible. But I think we'll take our wins where we got them. a good quarterback at number 18, maybe the future of this Packers franchise. But I think I will have to go ahead and just sit him. Uh, One, it'll stop his development, so he won't be like an 80 overall or an 85 overall to the point where it's like we're trying to when we're trying to extend him and he just wants like $30 million a year or even higher. It's just not worth it. And the defense, it says, is up to an 87 overall. I'm not sure exactly why. I will be curious to see, but offensively, I think Jordan Love will have the start for us here. Quentin Johnson, superstar development will go up. We'll keep the guys in the same spot, and I'm sure that he'll be playing slot again. He will. Do like that. Foskey's up to superstar development. Do like to see that. Cameron Thomas is also a candidate off of the edge. Sam Williams is here as well. Yeah, these guys have been playing out of their mind. Quay Walker didn't go up to superstar development. We'll try again. Bishop actually wants to rush the passer more than Fedarian Mathis will, but I will go ahead and change that on my own. Nakobe Dean will also try to play his role. Jahmyr Gibbs will have the full-time running back role. It is a very changed offense. We'll see how Donaldson can kind of, like kind of work with the team. As the tight end too, probably won't play that big of a role. And defensively, Cam Thomas at right outside linebacker, I think, is fair. And Sam Williams at right end is good as well. So, team's looking good. Not great, but good. And Justice actually went up to star development. I wish Bush did over here. I wish that was kind of the case. And then Jalen Petrie, we got a superstar development. Isaiah Foskey obviously went up. Eli Ricks is up now as well. He'll play our corner 2 spot for now. Team's starting to come together and really trying to find its good spot. And hopefully we can emphasize on that this year with Jordan Love under center once again. And Jair switched up. He actually wants to come back. Do I want to make this deal? No, but for 2 years, 3 years I meant. I want 2 years. I think that that'd be fine. Has interest now, and I'm fine making that one right there. Quentin Johnson was the last offer we gave him. It was a pretty pricey deal, but obviously wants more. I think that this should get the job done. That's over 10 per year. He's well worth it. He's been solid. Jahmyr Gibbs, we're finally seeing him, a running back on this team, produce, and I'm happy for that. I'll go 2.5 and 2.5 here. I'd be willing to give him even more, but there's that for him. Isaiah Foskey does find some interest with us. I want him on not like a massive max contract here, but I think that this will do for Isaiah Foskey, and that's kind of at a discount. He's been very, very, very good for us, and I think Billingsley, same deal. Doesn't have interest in the team, though, so if he wants to go for something like this, and don't worry about it, but he does. And we're down to 62 million, which isn't low by any means. I've definitely had lower, seen lower. But we're lowing out on funds and kind of selling out to all these younger players, giving them a little bit more than they probably should. So we probably won't be able to distribute it once all of these veterans like Rashawn Gary and all of them kind of go. But Preston Smith is probably on a pretty pricey contract. So to see him walk might free up some space. And yeah, we lost last game to the Rams. So let's see what we can do by come playoff time. Finally make the playoffs. Did have kind of a second half collapse though. 10-7 is not great. Dalvin Donaldson. Wow, look at him. 2 upgrade points. We'll be up to a 75 overall. Is he breaking out? We could probably play him at our tight end 1. Get him a little bit up. Christian Watson. David, oh my god, he had superstar development. Might be the best draft pick. Best 5th round draft pick? What was it? What was he picked in? Probably wasn't the 5th round. It was like 3rd or 2nd. Yeah, David Donaldson will easily take over that tight end 1 spot. Quinn Johnston playing up. Jordan Love playing +2 right there. And Matthews might have his chance to start soon anyways. Jahmyr Gibbs at an 85 overall. Defensively, what are we seeing here? Rashawn Gary. I mean, everybody looks fine. No, like, major anything like alerting or anything like that. And we got Aaron Donald. Okay, that's a game changer right there. We have more, we have more funds to go out if we want to try to get anyone. Tanner McKee, not worth it. Cam Ward, though. And into this draft, I have a fan right here, and it's going right now. So if you guys can hear that, I apologize, but it's getting super hot in here, so I thought I'd turn that on. But let's look at the draft board here. I mean, what do we really want here? We want just like the best player available if there is one. Not really that I'm seeing. Nobody that is like safe because of all the ranges, and it's so stupid. Alex Harrington could look pretty solid, I guess, if you wanted to look at it. Sean Anderson, actually someone I'm interested in. At 15, we pick at number 19 and 22. I'm very interested in Sean Anderson. Maybe even make the move up to him if he lasts till like pick number 10 or so, maybe. Going to pick number 10, and Sean Anderson was, I feel like that's the guy. Is that the guy we were talking about? I think it is. We'll take a look here. And it was the guy we were talking about. So he went just a pick before I was considering even trading up. Won't say that there's not any, good ones still left on the board. This guy does not look good. This guy does. Oh my goodness. Austin Claiborne. He looks actually very good. Man-to-man corner, it just all depends on athletically what he looks like here. 4.53, you wish it was a lot better than that. He'll play slot corner for sure. C zone coverage, B press, A catching, C play rack. Yeah, I guess developmental guy that can sit for a year behind our guys. I know. I'll just sim to my pick and see if I get him or if he's available. He probably will be. It actually does not look like he's here. I'm just in the this place right now. The just the cornerbacks that are, available, but all I just didn't see the corner that we wanted. It could be pretty far down here, but I'm pretty sure he's gone. So, not really sure what I'm really looking into anymore. Other than this guy right here, I might want to take a look at Sheldon Leverett here. Run stopper archetype, A tackle, A zone coverage, with great acceleration, solid agility. He looks like an okay athlete. Not awesome, but okay. A play rack, A awareness, A zone coverage, A tackle. This guy's an absolute stud and a half. This far down the board, maybe a 74 overall with star or better development. And we actually have a pick not too far from here. Might want to go ahead and just make our next pick. Depending on who's here, I might just need to take best player available, and whether or not it's an up-and-coming guard, I'm okay with that, but just doesn't, really strike the interest all too much. Rashawn Bates, interesting here. Rashawn Bates, physicals, runs a 4.42, very fast for running backs in this game. D trucking, B break tackle, B carrying, B ball carry vision. What do we see with anything else? Doesn't look like too much of a stud. I might consider it, although it is still the first round, and I don't think he's quite first round, caliber player. A tackle, B block shed, looks more like a defensive tackle if I've ever seen one. Not weight wise, but Matt Allen, probably don't need to take him. Safeties don't need to. Sean Bates, we're good on. Down the board, nothing that looks, a few guys actually that look decent. A to C block shed, A power moves, A tackle off of the edge with Brian Terry. Doesn't look all that bad. Receiving back with ball carry vision doesn't matter. This strong safety here, Darrell Rodriguez, not really barking up my tree. Okay, this guy doesn't look too bad. It's just his run block that's kind of up for question. If he's going to be a developmental guy, I'd be more than happy to take him. Star development, also do like that. So a guard maybe for the future. Just sim to our next pick and make another pick. William Morris might actually have to be my guy. An elite accelerator and speed guy with C block shedding, C power moves, B impact blocking, A tackle, A to C awareness, B to D play rec, A to C finesse and pursuit, and hit power. I think he'll just be a safe pick here. A steady, like maybe 70 overall guy. As crazy as that sounds, right? Dude, this guy pass block is up in question, but I'll take my gamble on him very late here. Actually, that was my third round pick, right? Yeah, not very late. And overalls, okay, wow, actually, okay. 74 overall, 73, and a 73, and then we dropped to a 64, which wasn't great. And the Denny Dent was actually a 68. And then Mac Walford, a running back with 91 speed, 93 excel, 67 overall, and then Titus Duval will be taken there. Good stuff there. I never actually look at the class. I know that's probably bad by me. Like, I probably need to do that a little bit more often. But any great players here? Scott Henderson, sure, he's good. John Gunter, Sean Anderson would have been a great pick. Probably should have traded up for him a little bit more aggressively. Considering 93 speed, 94 excel as well is insane. And Rashawn Bates, the guy that we were considering taking as well. ends up being a 76. So I probably should trust my instincts a little bit more than that. D'Angelo Rose was actually pretty good as well. Saw him go right off the board right in front of me. So we finished the season 7-10. It's not good with an 87 overall team. Jordan Love's numbers are obviously a lot better, or his overall ratings are a lot better than the current quarterback that we're rocking with. I can't even remember his name. It is so hot in here. You guys have like no idea. And I know it's like December and everything like that and whatnot, but trust me, it is hot in here. Yeah, this guy right here, Chester, what was his name? Chester Matthews? Something like that. Yeah, Chester Matthews, his numbers just aren't quite there. Accuracies are getting there. Short accuracy is playing up quite a bit. It's probably play the short game a little bit more. Elkton Jenkins, I think this guy can come in and play for him immediately. Donaldson, up to a 78 true overall, even though Billingsley is still, progressing behind him. Jahmyr Gibbs still doing his job as well defensively. Obviously, a lot of studs around here. Did get back Jalen Petrie, which was a big wild card for us. What else can we do? Except look at the numbers, actually. I forgot about that. Chester Matthews actually almost threw for 4,500 yards and 36 touchdowns. A little worse than we've seen in the past, but 6 interceptions will do himself some favors. Rushing, Jahmyr Gibbs goes for 1,300. Relied on him quite a little bit here. Christian Watson actually goes leading the team in receiving for 1,300 yards. Quentin Johnson with 1,100. Donaldson finds himself 564. And we let Elkton Jenkins walk, so he'll hit free agency, which shouldn't be too big of an issue. And quarterback J.D. Weston, Cliff Whitman, interesting guys here that don't have interest in our team, of course. 25, 26 years old here. I'd probably want to go with Cliff Whitman. 1 year older. He's got that dog in him. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to, pour in. I'm going to see, I'm going to test the waters with this sort of contract right here. With no interest in our team, it is just going to be so hard to acquire a quarterback of that caliber, and that just is the sort of result we'll see from him normally. Wide receivers, no interest anyways, and no good receivers, really. Oh, my Lord, there is, nobody. Deshaun Key in his role. I mean, whatever. Cool. And we'll look at my targeted now. We'll go Miles Jack, who's whatever, right? If we get him, we get him. And then a left tackle, Riley Patterson, and Alec Caldwell, who I want to replace whatever his face is with him. Or Nick, I don't know. This is kind of just a train wreck of a offseason right here so far. And we did go get Ryan right here, and we probably won't get him right there, and then Bingham will probably get, but nobody else. I'm curious why we didn't get Bingham yet. That's kind of crazy, but we did get him in the long run. And then the punter and the kicker for 7 years each should be fun. Probably headed into the last year of the rebuild. Oh, goodness. We're just going to see what we need, and we may have to just go ahead and trade for those players and kind of take the hit. Sharp probably will not play left guard for us. It'll probably be one of these guys, depending on who's just, a little bit better over there. Donaldson needs to start over Billingsley once again, of course. And then Matthews is up to a 74 overall. 77 with morale. Probably won't last if I had to guess, right? But it is whatever. Kadarius Toney is starting to regress at an 85 overall. Defensively, we still have Jair, Eric Stokes, Eli. Probably need a corner, but not this season. If we were to go in, I'd probably go in on a linebacker. And by the way, Leverett actually has superstar development. Awesome to see. We've done some very solid drafting in these rebuilds, or I guess in this rebuild alone. Just through some time, and oh my God, Isaiah Foskey up to a superstar X Factor. I can't even tell you why. He probably shouldn't have it, but specialists, I want. Yeah, sure. Kadarius Toney at slot receiver is fun. Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean. So, yeah, I'd probably go in on either a really good corner 2 or a linebacker, or I'd probably go with middle linebacker, actually. Middle linebacker would probably be my number 1 priority. And then on offense, we can do it with Chester Matthews. I believe in him. And going to move probably Tyler Smith to guard. We have the 8th overall pick. I'll take a quick evaluation over the draft board here and see if anybody, strikes the good old eyes. Nobody really other than this guy right here, and oh my goodness, Chris Rogers would have been the franchise guy if he was if it was a year later. Chris Rogers, field general type, really fits our scheme. Oh no, I'm probably gonna take him. As crazy as that sound, and trade Chester Matthews and try to get a middle linebacker along with some other picks. Okay, so I've skipped to pick number 5, and he's still there. I will try to get him. Hidden development, change of direction's good. 83, 81 speed's pretty good. What can I say? The guy's not great, but I think we did our job. So we will go ahead and actually take a look at the final season team, the final most polished Packers team we've had. Chester Rogers. That's the name, right? Nope, that was the last guy's name. This is Chris Rogers, the 23-year-old rookie quarterback, 91 throw power. All his accuracies are very solid. It probably would be even better if we had a few or a lot of years to kind of develop him. Quentin Johnston has been amazing for us, amazing for us. And Christian Watson also been great. Kadarius Toney's been fine. Donaldson really needs to start at tight end for me. Hasn't really been used in the best way since we've acquired him via a late round draft pick here. But Isaiah Foskey's been awesome. Leverett we drafted. Bush we drafted. Jalen Petrie we did not draft. We traded for. Then Nakobe Dean we picked up in free agency. Quay Walker been on the team the whole time. Andrew Booth we just traded for. Elijah Ricks. So we've got a very, very deep roster, a very good one. I think that this is a very capable team, even with the rookie quarterback. He's got the weapons around him, and I think we're ready to kick some ass. And we are winning right now. We are 5-2. We have had some recent success, obviously, with our breakout wide receiver challenge. We'll see who it is. I'm sure it won't be whatever. I'm sure it won't be important here. I'm going to guess Christian Watson. It is Quentin Johnston. Go for 4 touchdowns or 200+ yards. Very unlikely. Very, very, very unlikely. And we do have funds. I'm guessing we have over 100. 125 million. Rashawn Gary, easy. We're not going another season, but I just want to, keep it realistic still. I'm not... Wait, what did he say? He's not going to commit to a shorter-term deal? That is like... You're 30 years old. People need to understand when old is old, you're old. All right? 5. Okay, that'll do. That deal will do for Jonah Jackson. He's 31. I just gave him like a 3-year deal. I guess it works every time. Cam Thomas probably should be brought back. Brett Bishop, not really interested in coming back. Jordan Love can finally freaking walk, dude. That guy's been here a while. Probably won't sign back Jair. Aaron Donald, just considering their interests right now, isn't quite there. And if I were to be doing another season, I would be taking a little bit more of a careful look at some of these things. But Aaron Donald, Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Foskey, all some of the names there with some upgrades. We'll look at the season stats here so far. I see Chris Rogers has the 2nd most passing yards in the NFL right now with 2,000. Talk about a rookie that is killing it with 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He's been the answer the whole time, and we just haven't had him around to kind of fix what we've been doing. Jahmyr Gibbs, 5th year out of Alabama. 5 touchdowns in his first half of the season's been okay. Hasn't been anything special, but Quentin Johnston doing his thing, 585 yards. Christian Watson, 555. Kadarius Toney, 453. Dalvin Donaldson doing his thing as well. Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker leading the team in tackles. Jalen Petrie not far behind. Tackles for loss. Where is Isaiah Foskey? Is he not rushing the passer or anything like that? Aaron Donald definitely is. 9 sacks. First half of the season here. What is going on with these numbers? These are very all-time lows for Isaiah Foskey, Kenny Clark, and Rashawn Gary. And Chris Rogers, by the way, is a star development player. So just to let you guys know that. If he finishes off this season as well as he started it, he might have some superstar development to work with. Even if he doesn't get whatever, he might get Offensive Rookie of the Year if he doesn't, get the requirements towards superstar development. And as unfortunate as this is, we do collapse and we go 8-9 to finish off the season. Perhaps the rookie could not keep the ball rolling. I couldn't really tell you what happened there at the end. no longer top 3 in passing. What was he? He's 13th. So yeah, kind of collapsed here in the second half with 14 interceptions as well. Seems to be the theme here. Jahmyr Gibbs ran for 4 per carry as well. Probably should have relied on him a little bit more. Quentin Johnston 1,000. Kadarius Toney over 1,000. Christian Watson over 1,000. Donaldson did his job where he had to. And then Quay Walker 133 tackles, 10 for loss, 1 sack. Let's look at the sack numbers. Aaron Donald 17.5 leads the team. Isaiah Foskey saw 8 to only 5. 5 tackles for loss, all-time lows there for Isaiah Foskey, but had a good sack season considering he's not much of a sacker. He doesn't get involved too much in rushing the passer, but he's normally a lot better at getting to the runner. So we can sim to the Super Bowl, look at the final depth traits, and then, or I guess look at the season recap as well in the offseason, and then kind of be done. We've done a good enough job with this rebuild, but just kind of haven't put the seasons together. If we had a guy like Chris Rogers a little sooner, then obviously would have been nice instead of rolling the dice with Jordan Love the whole time. Jordan Love, Davis Mills we went to, and then that Chester guy that we had, I can't remember his last name, he's that irrelevant. Look at the 2028 season recap right here to cap it all off. And what else are you going to do? Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and we don't even win Rookie of the Year with our rookie quarterback. It's the other rookie quarterback who went number 1 overall that will end up winning it instead. And we'll look at adjusting the lineup and just look at the final team for the final time. And Chester Rogers actually did go up to superstar development. Maybe we could come back to this one and then maybe sim another like 10 years or so and keep rebuilding through then. But until then, I think that this franchise file will be, you know, kind of on the down low. Won't pretty much be used, if I had to guess. Kadarius Toney, Christian Watson starting to, you know, regress. Quentin Johnston still trying to hit his peak. And then all around right here, we see some good players. Bush finally up to superstar development. Andrew Booth as well as here. I forgot about him. Quay Walker finally up to superstar development as well. So maybe delay his regression by 1 or 2 seasons. But yeah, if you guys wanted me to come back to this one with, you know, all these players and go another like 5 or 10 years, tell me in the comments. I'd be more than happy to. But yeah, that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Leave teams that you want to see rebuilt realistically or not in the comments, and I'll make sure to try and get to them. I'll see you guys next time.